The Maryville Saints Hockey Network welcomes you to the following presentation of the American Collegiate Hockey Association.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Maryville University Hockey Center, site of tonight's exciting ACHA Division I women's action as it's GCU, Grand Canyon University, against your Maryville Saints. These two teams come in with a little bit of bumps in the road, looking to pick up a win here tonight in the first of two games between these two teams as they will face off once again right here at the Maryville University Hockey Center. GCU comes in at 3-4-2, change that to 3-5-2 because they did lose a game to McKendree just a little bit ago as they had a game over across the river against the Bearcats, and they fell in that one. So it's been kind of hit and miss for the Lopes as they beat Air Force by a whopping score of 14-0 last weekend, but then they come in this weekend and lose their first game against McKendree. Whereas on the flip side, the Maryville Saints come in at 6-7. Coach Tommy Lang's team had a pretty good showing within the tournament, and they beat Concordia twice, lost to Arizona State, and 2 to Lindenwood. We'll go over your starting lineups for you in just a little bit, but we'll have the puck drop right after this on the Maryville Saints Hockey Network.
Hello, America. This is a message for the brave people who want to get a degree online on top of all the other things going on in their lives. The higher education system is broken. 75% of Americans say it's easier to succeed with a degree, but only 20% think the education system is fine the way it is. Something's not right. Here at Maryville University, we've been bravely disrupting the higher education system for nearly 150 years by putting students first, not the other way around. And now we're bringing it online. We believe education is not just about earning a degree, but about pursuing and achieving your dreams. That's why we develop programs in partnership with the businesses that will employ the leaders of tomorrow. The future belongs to the brave. Let's be brave together. Be brave and learn more now at maryville.edu/online.
I'm tired of chasing you down. I need serenity now. Was it too much to ask for on the west side? You're my blind side. You've got something to prove, but I got nothing to lose. Here I go. Say no when you say no, I go insane.
They get ready to drop the puck. Maryville will be wearing their home whites against Grand Canyon University, the Lopes in the black and blue. Let's go over your starters for tonight's game. For the Maryville Saints, in goal, it is going to be Sawyer Duncan. She comes in at 2-3 with a .282 goals against and a .920 save percentage. You see the players that'll be out on the ice in front of her. Starting on defense, it'll be Emma Gerwitz and Maggie Brawley. On the forward line, it'll be Maddie Johnson, Sarah Brooks, and Sydney Poisson, the leading goal scorer for your Maryville Saints, as she comes into tonight with 11 goals and 19 points on the season. Tommy Lang will be behind the bench. Starting in goal for the Grand Canyon Lopes is going to be Hannah Schneidmiller. Looking to pick up the team's fourth win of the year. Natalie Rossi will be behind the bench for Grand Canyon University. Maryville heading left to right on your screen. The two teams gather at center ice. 20 minutes are up on the clock. They've dropped the puck, and the Lopes end up with possession. Given away quickly. Brooks skates into the zone, sweeps one in behind the net. Poisson avoided the body contact. Johnson tries to serve it back to her. She gets it on the forehand. Now to Brooks behind the net. She carries into the near side corner. Sweeps one back towards the goal line. Poisson lost it momentarily. Uses the shoulder to regain possession. Jostled loose. Taken by Richardson. She gives it right back. Kerwitz tried to step up, but the Lopes will come out to center ice. Skating in is Casola. She blows a tire. The puck went over to the far boards, jammed off the wall. It'll go all the way across the 3 requisite lines, and we'll have an icing call 47 seconds into the game. So, mentioned it in our abbreviated pregame show that Maryville had a pretty good showing. They had a showcase event down in Springfield, Missouri last weekend. Played 5 games. They beat Concordia twice. And they had some pretty good showings against Arizona State and Lindenwood. Unfortunately for the Saints, Lindenwood got the better of them twice, although both games were pretty close in the end result. But doesn't matter if it's a loss by 5 or a loss by 1, it still goes in the L column. Maryville now 6-7 on the year, but still a pretty good turnaround considering last year's disappointing showing in terms of the end results of the games. But I think everybody kind of realized that last season was just a stepping stone to try to get the program on the right foot. Kicked out to center ice. Flock will chase it down. Swept up the near side. Tap pass by O'Leary. Brought in. Stelzer gives it over. St. Louis was muscled off the puck. Saucer pass out towards center and set in by Boucher. She tries to chase it down. Stelzer did a good job positionally to keep that away. Puck loose in the corner boards. Picked up. Out to center. And now here comes Cooper. She turns on the afterburners, but the puck just kept on going. Puck into the middle. Good pass. Nobody home, though. Wasserman stepped up. Couldn't quite hold the zone. Put right back in by Nab. Delayed offside, so the Saints were going to try to change, but now they were caught with an icing call. 17:36 to go here in the first. Bit of a slow start for both teams. The only shot on goal has been labeled to the Lopes, although that was a rather long shot that didn't really test Duncan all that much. Richardson wins it away from Stelzer, but the Saints end up with possession. Out to Cooper at center ice. It's a bouncer. Goaltender comes out, and Schneidmiller was able to knock it away before Cooper could get there. Toole goes down, puck in behind the net. Welch jabs it over towards the far wing. Richardson pushes it out towards the middle. Brought in by Cothy. She split the defense. The puck just kind of squirted away. Cothy into the high slot, through the wickets. Still in possession. Hands it over to Brodfuhr. Pass towards the point. Intercepted. Saints trying to get it out to the middle. Summer brings it right back the other way, but it's an offside. 16:46 to go here in the opening period. The faceoff will come out to the neutral zone, just outside the Maryville blue line. Faceoff taken by Gingrich. They send it back to the defense. Good loping pass over towards the far wing. Stick save made on what looked more like a pass, but it ended up towards goal. They haven't counted it as an official shot. This one goes wide as Gingrich's chance was blocked. Served back out in front, looking for Gingrich, but instead Flock sends it off the boards and down. They wave off icing. Good push down the ice by the Saints to avoid that call. Lopes trying to get it out of their own zone. Across the blue line. But not for long. Here comes Johnson back the other way. Kicked into possession by Poisson, and then she was dispossessed from behind. Johnson, good little bump. Stealing away possession. Out in front. And the defender was able to knock that loose. Aaron tried to dump it into the corner. Instead, it was walled off. They scrum forward along the near boards. Tapped into the corner as it rolls around. Picked up by O'Brien. She pushes it back to Aaron. Her shot goes well wide into the far corner. Wraparound attempt. Lost at the side of the goal. Referee finally blows the whistle. The puck goes in. They're not going to count it. Maryville fans want the goal, but the whistle came before that last play occurred. And that's just kind of one of those plays to where you can't really blame the referee. He was on the far side over near the corner, so from his vantage point, he couldn't see that puck due to the, I forget what they call it. Basically the skirt that's kind of around the bottom of the net. Sometimes I do wish that, obviously it comes down to funding to a certain point, but the NHL has gone to more of a clear skirting. As there's a save made. Although as I look at the net that Sawyer Duncan is currently in, there is a bit of clear plastic down towards the side of the net. So another save made by Duncan on the chance from Lauren Welch. Duncan has been good positionally so far in this game. A little over 5 minutes played. So far, neither team has looked overly fresh, which is a little bit odd. Understandable for Grand Canyon because they have played a game already this weekend. Toole puts it into the middle. Shot was blocked. Rebound chance. Cooper ends up just wide. And they score on the second opportunity. Cooper wrapped it on around, just kind of blindly put it out in front. Goalkeeper was out of position, all sorts of turned around, and it ends up ricocheting over the goal line. Saints lead 1-0. So Cooper at 5:34 on the wraparound, deflecting it in off the goaltender. They don't all have to be super pretty, but as long as they cross the goal line, it's better to end up with the first goal of the game than not. Popped out by Cooper. She's kind of looking around. Felt like she took a little bit of a whack. Toole lost it in her skates after it was given up. Willow Troy got away with it. Toole hits the ice again, looks up the referee. He says play on. Puck slid over here to the near side. O'Mahony is bumped off. Now a deflected puck in front. Stelzer denied. Puck still loose. They score! Schneidmiller made the diving play out towards the edge of the crease, but came up empty-handed. And Megan Flock was able to pounce on the loose puck. And the Saints have the 2-0 lead. Did you see it? The puck never covered up. It was a good effort by Schneidmiller. But once she ended up out on her stomach and the puck wasn't underneath her glove, she was in all sorts of trouble. A Flock at 6:21. On the 5th shot of the game for the Saints. So statistically, having a very solid start to the game. Not too many shots towards goal, but when you put 2 of those 5 in, it looks pretty good. 13:15 to go here in the first. Richardson cycles it around, looking for the return pass in the front. Coffey tried to play it in there. The Saints were wise to that, getting sticks in front. Flock takes it off the wall, hands it right back to Richardson, although not on purpose, clearly. Puck given away. Gerwitz has a little bit of a seam up the middle, goes up the boards instead. That got caught up on something, otherwise Poisson would have been in. Johnson regains control after it was poked loose. Has her skate taken out from underneath her. They're going to say incidental contact, so no penalty coming. GCU gets it down the ice, and this should be an icing call, as the speed of Kelsel was able to outreach Megan Danielle. 12:31 to go here in the first. Saints lead 2-0 on goals from Cooper and Flock. It's been a pretty good weekend for the Saints thus far. The D2 Dawgs ended up defeating McKendree last night, and they did so again here earlier this evening with a 7-2 victory. So the ladies trying to hold suit, 2-on-1 break, and then it's shot over the goal. Chance from Gingrich, and she got underneath it, took the 9-iron when she needed the 3. Picked off the boards, swept down by Aaron. Poisson turns on the afterburners. She does get to the hash marks before the defender, but took the wrong angle, so it still ends up as an icing call. 11:58 to go here in the period. Face-off will come inside of the Maryville zone. Taken off the boards. GCU loses it though. Tapped out, Poisson goes into the attacking zone with Brooks. Puck ends up on the stick of Brooks to the far circle. Skates around the defender to the backhand. Hobbs went back towards the point. Put in front by Nab. Knocked away. Wasserman comes back for the Saints. Blindly puts it over here to the near boards. That does escape the zone, so that'll slow up the Lopes as they have to touch up. Pushed up ice by St. Louis. She goes in on the forecheck. A little bit of a slash, able to jostle that puck loose. Kept the stick on stick to avoid a penalty. O'Mahony had it knocked loose. Puck ends up over the blue line, given right back to Wasserman. Deflected up at center ice. St. Louis in on the far side. O'Brien sweeps it towards goal and denied. O'Leary is there as well. O'Brien trying to keep it alive. O'Leary puts a stick in. Back to Brawley at the point. In behind the net. St. Louis looking for options. Cuts back. Here's Gerwitz. Slap shot off the glass. Brawley chips it back to the corner. Saints trying to get a line change in here. We're going to get a penalty. And Maryville will be on the advantage. First power play of the game, and it's a tripping call against Bess Newton. So Newton into the box at 10:16 left to go here in the first. Saints already up by 2. Maryville has been hit or miss on the power play this season. They do have some power play goals to their tally, but it's been a little bit hot and cold this season. Gerwitz sets it up over to the far side. O'Leary puts one towards goal. Scooped it too high on the glove side. Poisson back to Gerwitz. Into the corner now. Johnson gets on her horse. Backhand chance stepped away by the goaltender. Johnson back on the puck. Shoots from the far side as she went down to the ice, but it never got through. O'Leary to Gerwitz. She takes a shot. That one deflected towards goal. Ended up just wide. GCU has not cleared yet, and it does escape the zone as Johnson was heading off to the bench. 1:10 left in the power play as Gerwitz hits the brakes in behind her own net. Right up the seam in the middle, but stepping up was Brodfjord. Loose at center. Now near side to Brooks. Just kind of swept away off the stick, I should say. Try to pin that against the boards is Cook, but just a step too slow. GCU back out. Lobbed in by Toole as she heads in. From the corner. Stelzer hits the brakes, puts one into the middle, but swept right in between her two options. Up the near side. St. Louis drops it. Stelzer to the dot. Shot. Glove side. Went off a skating wide. St. Louis setting up right around the goal line. Cuts back out towards the circle. Straight away. Nab. Far side now. Looking for a return pass to Nab. That was knocked away. Now there's going to be a tripping call. Who's it going to be against? You kind of had to take your pick. They are going to go with the interference call, which is probably the correct order of that because Faith Casola was kind of bumped down, and then she tripped one of the Saints in the process. But if the interference never happened, the trip never would have happened, so therefore that's why that turn of events happened the way it did. So GCU will have a power play in 2 seconds with Emily Toole in the sin bin. So we skate 4 aside. Saints really need to win this face-off, as if GCU can win it, then all of a sudden they have the power play attack set up by the time they gain control of the puck, which they do. Oderman interrupted that just enough. Now Stelzer's taken down. Fans for Maryville looking for a call. They're not going to get one. GCU enters the zone on the far side. Skating in is Richardson. She slows up. 2 Maryville players right there. Stelzer comes up with the puck and plays it off the boards and down. Oderman and Stelzer go out. Onto the ice is O'Leary and O'Brien. Good stick handling here as it's brought down by Danielle. Hands it off to Richardson. She lost it along the boards. Saints in a tussle, and they're able to send it out. O'Brien turned it on the Jets. She's able to catch up to that one, but sent into the wall. Almost pilfered away from Troy. O'Leary goes down. Brought across the line by Welsh. She drops it off. Kothi's shot was blocked over into the far corner. Takes a fortuitous bounce off the edge of the boards. Hankerwitz will clear. 13 minutes played. 2-0 is your score. Goals at 5:34 and 6:21. GCU will bring it up the far wing. Looking for space as Olsen charges in behind the net. Sends it out to the circle, under the stick of Summer, but held in along the line. Brodfjord sees a shooting lane, and that dried up quickly as Stelzer came over to make the block. 16 seconds left, and then the Saints will be back to their full complement of players. Off the board, Summer sends it back across the way. Kelsel steps up, sends it back into the zone, and that will do it. Back to 5-on-5 hockey. Brodfjord in behind her own goal line, sends it up to Richardson. She's able to stick handle through 2 players. Picks up a little speed, crosses the M at center ice, into the slot, and then lost it. Now given back to Kothi. She shoots, and the save was made. Rebound, score! That's one that Duncan would like to have back. She made the initial save, but then the puck just kind of bounded away from her. And unfortunately for her, there was a Lope right on the doorstep. So Elaine Richardson cuts the lead in half. So Richardson at 14:08 makes it a 2-1 game. We'll have another face-off. This time it'll be just outside the Maryville blue line. 5:45 to go here in the first. Saints lob it up towards center. Johnson, wasn't quite there. Allowed the Lopes to gain possession. Brooks pushes it into the corner. And jabbed up the wall. Saints able to step up, keeping it alive is Nab. She keeps thrusting that stick in there. Saints come away with it. And then it was lost right around the blue line. Player open in the middle for the Lopes. Pass off the backside of the net. Poisson's going to get there right along the dashers. Up the middle for Brooks. Brooks in with Johnson. Sends one towards goal. Rebound is there. Johnson couldn't get it back towards goal. Lost the edge. Still got a good shooting chance. And I believe they're calling for a hand pass. Just under the skate of O'Leary after the faceoff. Saints back in their own zone. Brawley backhands it up the near wall. O'Leary taps it for O'Brien. She skates up through neutral ice, and then her pass was too far in behind St. Louis. O'Leary holds it in. Good stick along the blue line. Brawley with a shot. Was going wide, but it was deflected on goal by St. Louis. Didn't have the angle to wrap that around, but St. Louis in the corner. Cuts it back away from the defender. Joined by O'Brien. As the puck comes loose again, O'Brien on the stick, edge of the circle. Trying to put it into the middle, but down to make the block was Brodfuhrer. Loose out at center. Gerwitz taps it back up to the blue line. Right back in come the Saints. From the edge of the circle, into the slot. They were looking for O'Leary, but the defender saw it coming. St. Louis makes the steal, cuts it back to the forehand from the corner board, sweeps it down low. O'Leary trying to go into the middle. Defender was in front. Just under the stick of O'Leary. Stelzer with a little bit of a whack. Player goes down, no call coming. Saints trying to complete a change, which has been coming piecemeal the last 20 seconds or so. Toole rather upset that wasn't going to draw a penalty. Gerwitz swats it back over the far boards. Too hot to handle for Brooks. Stelzer gets there in the corner. She takes the stiff jab and still manages to hold on. Now here's Brawley just outside, and then the shot was deflected off the end boards and covered by Schneidmiller. .306 left to go here in the first. Saints out shooting GCU by a margin of 8-5. And they had the first two goals of the game, but Richardson has made things interesting. Just a one-goal game. Swept around the boards. Not kept under control, however, by GCU. Butler trying to take control. GCU gets it out of the middle. A little bump there from Greenfield. He's able to knock away possession. Saints get it back out to center. Here's Greenfield. Skates over the blue line on the right wing. He's twisted around. Summer trying to go in behind the net, was looking for Butler. Puck ends up loose over along the far boards. Richardson and Butler joined by Brooks. And Oderman as well for the Saints. Ends up loose and behind the net. Brooks. She's being held up a little bit. Referee says play on again. And now Brooks is taken out. And again, the referee just kind of looking at everybody. And now, what are they going to get here? There is going to be some sort of penalty. Or perhaps not. Oh, they're going to say that icing was the call. I got a little bit confused there because the head official was pointing at the GCU bench, so I thought he might have been calling too many men, or too many players, I should say. But he was just trying to keep track of who was already on the ice and who had tried to sneak off. Nevertheless, GCU wins the face-off, and it's brought down on the near wing by Welch. She puts one, goes off the goaltender's stick, may have been heading wide one way or the other. Johnson able to get it out, and now it's a one-on-one. Poisson trying to join the play. Johnson sweeps it in and lost control. Able to knock down the clearance by the goaltender. Gerwitz from the blue line steps up. Right back into the corner for O'Leary. Poisson trying to help out. Puck ends up squirting loose in behind the net. Poisson makes a steal. Here's O'Leary from the edge of the circle. Puts it in front just underneath the stick as Olivia O'Brien was right there. Oops, able to clear it. Too far, though, for Casola. Up through the middle. Here's O'Leary. Stick handles around. Back to the forehand, and then the shot never got away. Deflected puck would have been icing, but it won't go long enough one way or the other. Now the high slot. Putting it into the middle. Trying for a deflection was Wahlgren. Back towards the far circle. Saints intercept. Skating it out is St. Louis. Cuts it back. Puts it into the middle to O'Leary, and it just escaped her. Gerwitz obs it back to the half wall. O'Leary was there, but so was Grace Green as she is able to push it out. O'Leary puts it into the middle, right into the mixer, but Summer knocked it away. 1 second left, and that'll do it. One period is in the books. A good start for the Maryville Saints. One little blip, but they still have a lead going into the break. 2-1 is your score after 20 minutes of play. We'll be back with your intermission report, so don't go too far. This is Maryville Saints Hockey on the Maryville Saints Hockey Network.
Mi brucia tutto, non vedo il fondo, non lo reggo un altro secondo.
Gambe a pezzi e manca tanto, basta mollo, non me la sento. Non ho fiato e sono lento. Non giocherò mai, zero talento.
Pedalate pesanti, non ho più spinta. Ma quale cima, non basta la grinta.
Non prendo una palla, sono sfinita. Male oggi, penso in partita.
The CCM one-piece boot.
The CCM one-piece boot?
If I had these in my day,
I could have been Connor McDavid.
I could have been Connor McDavid.
Anyone can be Connor McDavid. Helps make your feet faster, gives you a closer fit. Anyone can be Connor McDavid.
Looking sharp, bud. Good thing you got that one-piece boot, you duster.
Just a dream.
Go back to sleep.
Hi, I'm Keegan with How Ice Hockey Tape, and today we're going to be talking about using a skate stone. Skate stones are a pregame or an in-game tool to help sharpen dull or nicked blades that have lost their edge. When you're using a skate stone, it's extremely important to remember never to touch the bottom of the blade. It's only to be used on the sides of the blade. So what you're going to do, take your skate stone and you're just going to make a couple passes along the side of the blade, not using too much pressure or too little pressure, just making a couple passes on both sides. Using the skate stone is just a temporary fix. It's not a good substitute for getting your skate sharpened. Make sure to get your skates to your trusted skate shop for the perfect cut.
In today's sports world, high-quality video and accurate data are key elements for improving team results, player development, and fan engagement. Pixelot, the world's leading AI-automated sports production company, provides an end-to-end video and data solution for fans, players, and coaches. Pixelot systems are installed around the world and produce thousands of live matches every day with customized live graphics, ads, color commentary, and play-by-play.
Left wing feed goal.
At the end of the game, our AI generates highlight reels 100% automatically. Analysts and the coaching staff get video breakdowns and stats from VidSwap, Pixelot's video analysis platform. Each game captured is automatically broken down by sports professionals on a video editing platform for in-depth analysis. The real-time game breakdowns from live video and official data include shot charts, heat maps, and detailed game, team, and player stats. The platform offers a variety of editing and self-coding tools, so you can easily review plays and coach your team better both during and after the game. This all-in-one, cost-effective solution also allows you to telestrate, tag, and add notes to each move, and watch your upcoming opponent's matches on the Video Exchange platform. Pixelot produces and analyzes thousands of games every single day from over 130 leagues and tournaments around the globe. Join the AI revolution in sports.
This is the MSHN Intermission Report, brought to you by the following. Hogan Trucking, comprehensive transportation, straightforward solutions.
Here, as the Saints lead the Lopes by a score of 2-1. A pretty good first period overall for the Saints, as obviously they have the 1-goal lead after 20 minutes of play. But it's one of those things where you let up that 1 goal, and it was a solid goal scored on the rebound. It is one that Duncan would probably like to have back, as Sawyer Duncan made the initial save, but ultimately the rebound did pop loose. She didn't necessarily know where the puck was. There was a Lope player right on the doorstep. We end up with a 2-1 score at the break. Let's take a look at some of the first half statistics as our scoring line comes up. The shots 8-6 in favor of Maryville. Scoring chances favoring the Saints by a margin of 2. Block shots even at 7 apiece. Both teams were 0 for 1 on the power play. And you have your score line after 20 minutes of play at 2-1 in favor of Maryville. So really right now the Saints just kind of need to work on building after that first 20 minutes of play. They played very well. They had the possession in their favor for most of that first frame. So going forward, it really is just much of the same. Now, obviously, a lot of teams struggle with the second period due to the long change. So that's going to have to be crisp. That's going to have to be clean. They can't necessarily allow things to get away from them and get sloppy in the second period, because that's when it can come back to bite you. But as of right now, despite only a 1-goal lead, you have to say that really the Saints had the better of the play for the majority of that period. So they really just kind of need to keep their foot on the gas, keep things simple, keep things solid, and this one should still turn their way. But a lot of hockey left to be played before we can have a winner decided in this one. So that'll wrap up your first period report. When we come back, we'll have the puck drop on the second between the Lopes and the Saints right here on the Maryville Saints Hockey Network.
Frederick Roofing, wherever you live, from Bridgeton to Baldwin, Brentwood to Kirkwood, St. Anne to St. Charles, wherever you live. Hazelwood to Maplewood, the name you know. Frederick Roofing, wherever you go. For a hole in your roof or a whole new roof, Frederick Roofing.
St. Louis, 314-645-2000.
A lot of the times, students that are thinking about entering our program, they have a lot of questions. They've done their research. A lot of the questions that the students have are based upon outcomes. Where am I going to be 4 years from now if I decide to be in the Rawlings Sport Business Management Program? Here, I'll show you. Here's where our alumni work now. We have students working in the athletic department at universities. We have students working for sports teams. We have students working for sports agencies, whether it be an Abstract Marketing, a Learfield Sports, an IMG. Those are a lot of the organizations that are hiring our students. And we do have a lot of our alumni who do work for sports teams, whether it be the Houston Rockets, the Kansas City Royals, the St. Louis Cardinals, St. Louis Blues. Many of our students have worked for those agencies and continue to work for those types of organizations now.
Howie's Stretch Grip Tape is a self-adhering cushiony gauze for better grip at the end of your knob. It's spongy for maximized comfort and cushion on your gloves, and it's soft yet abrasive to ensure the best grip. Howie's Pro Grip Tape is self-adhering with no adhesive to create an all-around grip on your stick knob. It uses a thinner material than our Stretch Grip Tape to create a coarse abrasive tack on your gloves, and it's used around the globe by professionals.
I enjoy working with Lauren because she's really consistent. She follows up, she makes the process as quick as she can, and just really helps get you in, get you out, and make sure you know everything you need to. Hi, I'm Jessica, and I bought a 2021 Ford Edge for my company today from Lauren Sutter. So my company is expanding their sales force and needed to equip our new business managers with a vehicle, and we reached out to Lauren at Lou Fuse to get them with the right SUV. She helped us find the 2021 Ford Edge. I purchased my first one from her a couple months ago, and the process was so painless and easy that I'm back again for my second one, and we'll be back again probably in a couple months to buy another. I think somebody would come buy a vehicle from Lauren at Lou Fuse if they're looking for an easy process, somebody who is not going to guide them in the wrong direction and help them get exactly what they're looking for.
The day the world stopped was the day we found where to go. Lost together, we discovered ourselves again. And we realized that the things that matter deserve time.
That looks good.
From now on, we're not going to leave anything on our plates. Because we've learned to savor the moments that were always there. And they never tasted this good.
The CCM one-piece boot.
The CCM one-piece boot?
If I had these in my day,
I could have been Connor McDavid. I could have been Connor McDavid. Anyone can be Connor McDavid. Helps make your feet faster, gives you a closer fit. Anyone can be Connor McDavid.
looking sharp, bud. Good thing you got that one-piece boot, you duster.
Wherever you live, from Bridgeton to Baldwin, Brentwood to Kirkwood, St. Anne to St. Charles, wherever you live. Hazelwood to Maplewood, the name you know. Frederick Roofing, wherever you go. For a hole in your roof or a whole new roof, Frederick Roofing.
St. Louis, 314-645-2000.
A lot of the times, students that are thinking about entering our program, they have a lot of questions. They've done their research. A lot of the questions that the students have are based upon outcomes. Where am I going to be 4 years from now if I decide to be in the rolling sport business?
Teams have taken the ice. We're just about set for second period action here at the Maryville University Hockey Center. 20 minutes is up on the clock. Teams have switched sides. Maryville will be going right to left on your screens. Johnson wins the faceoff. Brawley has the puck. Lost control of it along the near side. Bumped off possession. And now they scrum for it just outside the Maryville line. Loose at center ice. Ends up right along the GCU blue line. Poisson pushed up against the boards, but they were battling for the puck. So no call. Now Poisson makes the steal, but then the puck just kind of stuck right there along the hash marks. Johnson able to strip it away. Nobody guarding the blue line as Brawley stepped up. Bad angle chance from Poisson, goes off the blocker. Brooks picks up the loose change, carries into the corner. Back to Brawley at the point. Lost it for a second, regained it, and then put it off the body of Casola, and it comes out. Splitting the options. Maryville trying to avoid too many players call. They do so as nobody touched that puck over by the bench. 1 minute in here in the second period. Bit of a late start here this evening. It was supposed to be an 8:15 puck drop. Ended up coming just about a minute or two after 8:20. Not too much of a disruption, but when the game starts an hour later than your normal start time anyway, then every little minute seems to make a little bit of difference. St. Louis able to give it over to O'Leary. She was trying to serve it up for O'Brien. Here's O'Brien with a wrister and a blocker save. O'Brien picks up the loose puck. Lost it along the side of the goal. Lopes able to tap it out. Aaron back in her own end. Sauces one over to the far side, but O'Leary had skated a little bit too close to the defensive zone, so it ended up missing. Kelsel up the wing for St. Louis. Finds Stelzer. She brings it into the zone. Pretty much all by herself as the Saints are trying to complete a line change. Stelzer is twisted around. Puck over to the near side half wall. Toole spins away with possession. Gives it to Stelzer in the corner. Now Cooper into the middle. She was looking for Toole, but the goaltender had an active stick to knock it away. Rammed right back in by Kelsel. She heads off on a change. Toole in on the forward check. Jabbed around her as Green was able to wrestle possession away. Cooper gets it back. Has the stick right in the midsection. Interesting no call there because you could have called either a hook on the GCU player or a holding call on Cooper. So in the end, maybe it's fair not to call the penalty either way. Don't penalize either team. Saints trying to complete a line change. Lopes get it up through the middle. Boucher just lobs one in. Rims on around. Greenfield almost lost the edge, and now the puck give it up. Jabbed away at the last moment. Held in by Cothy. Ends up in behind the net. Richardson blows a tire in front. Wasserman just kind of looking at her. Richardson will get it in the corner. Wasserman shoulders her off the puck. Now they're going to call a late penalty. And Wasserman is going to go to the box. So I didn't see anything after that, so I think the referee just took a second or so to think about it. So another penalty against Maryville will put GCU back on the power play. Second of the game, they're 0 for 1. Lopes fanning on the pass as Summer gets it back, though, to the point for Brodfjord. Off the skate as Danielle couldn't hold on to it, and it's cleared away. Now O'Leary in shorthanded, trying to slide it away from Brodfjord. She's able to on a second attempt. Jabs it into the corner. Now O'Brien comes over to try to wrestle away possession. Lost her twig in the process. She's just going to try to kick that up against the wall. O'Leary lifts the stick, steals the puck. Has her stick lifted as the players were jousting a little bit. Tapped into the zone by Summer. Tracked down by Brawley. Puck got kind of caught up along the bottom of the Dashers, but the Saints are able to clear. 60 seconds have elapsed in the power play. 15-20 left to go in the period. Now Stelzer almost makes a steal as there was miscommunication along the back line for the Lopes. Saints doing a good job on this penalty kill. Really no time to set up for GCU. Icing is the call as that does cross all three lines, so that will kill off even more time. 35 seconds remaining in the penalty kill for the Saints, and they'll have an offensive zone draw. Johnson pushed it forward, but the Lopes end up in control. Poisson able to come over and tie up her opponent. She throws a shoulder right into Richardson. There's been a lot of contact allowed in this game, which is good to see because hockey's a physical game. But every now and then, the referees like to legislate a little too much, which is within the rules. You're not really allowed to body check in women's hockey. But there is a certain amount of wiggle room, and the officials have allowed a decent amount of that here this evening. Delayed offside, so Saints can't touch it. And unfortunately, they were in the zone a little bit too long without vacating, so the faceoff will come down. Clock stops with 14-13 to go. Saints with the only shot on goal so far in this period. Brought up through the middle. O'Leary was kind of held on to. Now there's going to be a penalty. O'Brien on the puck. Plays it off the Dashers back to Kelso. Goaltender going towards the bench. Kelso skates into the corner. Hands it off to O'Leary. Good stick work there, and then just ran out of room. Tripping will be the call. As the Saints will go on to their second power play. Into the box is Cameron Kennedy. So the first Saints power play saw a decent amount of passing, but the shot chances just weren't quite there. They didn't really test Schneidmiller. Need to do a better job of this on this particular attack. As O'Brien leaves it for O'Leary. She sends it back to the point. Quick pass from Gerwitz. Ends up filtered down to Johnson, but the puck kind of bouncing around on the Saints. O'Brien ends up with it behind the cage. Fans on the pass. Backhands it to Johnson. She tries to send it in on the backhand. Schneidmiller goes down. She's trying to regain her footing. Back in the crease. O'Leary was knocked down. The puck was cleared out. Gerwitz. She turns on the speed. The shot from the slot right into the webbing of the Trapper. Still a good push into the zone for the Saints as they put 3 quick shots on goal. .117 left in the penalty to Kennedy. Stelzer steps into the dot, wins the draw. Back to the point. Knocked away from Nab as the puck just wouldn't settle down for her. Ice looks in pretty good condition, but it seems to be kind of bouncing a little bit here in the second period. Stelzer leaves it for Toole. She lost it for a moment, regains it, sweeps it up the wall. Brooks able to chase it down. Lost it for a moment. St. Louis to Stelzer. The backhand chance denied. Her stick held up just a little bit. So with the lack of follow through, she wasn't able to get that cleanly towards goal. Brooks from the corner. Overlaps with Stelzer. Plays it out in the middle. Nobody home. Shot in by Nab, and a stick save is made. It's out of play. .32 seconds left in the Saints power play, their second advantage of the game. Saints win another face-off. Can't retain possession, though. Gerwitz couldn't hold the blue line. That only came over by about an inch or two, but that was enough. Referee saw some white, so the face-off will come outside the zone. Quick face-off win by the Saints, but again, Gerwitz couldn't quite handle. Ends up going all the way down the ice. A good clearance. Tona was able to push it all the way down. Gerwitz brings it up. Near side now for Poisson. She crosses the blue line to the circle. Tried to go through the legs of the defender. Able to regain possession. Right into the skates, though, of Tona. She will put it off the stick of Poisson and into the zone. Back to 5-on-5 hockey now. Gerwitz slams on the break. Poisson up the gut. Couldn't quite connect. Peeled back as Green gives it over. Brodfuhr up the near wing, intended it for Danielle. Second attempt, the Lopes do get into the zone. Gerwitz avoids the check, and then it's given up. Pass into the middle, and the one-timer goes wide. Summer was wide open, but it kind of rolled off of her stick. She had the angle that she wanted, but she tried to put it up and over the glove hand shoulder and just got a little too much on it. 10:56. Penalty upcoming. Quick whistle. Didn't look like GCU touched it up. I believe they're going to call a body checking penalty. So the Saints will go right back to the power play. They had good possession once again. On the last man advantage, but despite getting 4 shots in on goal, they still have yet to increase their lead. A penalty called against Megan Brodvier. And I believe we've got a timeout taken. Interesting to see it happen this early in the contest. As we're just about halfway through. In 53 seconds, we will be exactly halfway through. But an opportunity now for Coach Lang to really get something set up and get all the instructions out there about what to do, both if they win and lose the faceoff. Obviously, winning the draw is the goal every time out, especially when you're in the offensive zone. These two teams will play each other again tomorrow afternoon. Puck drop will be at 12 o'clock Central Standard Time. If you're in the Mountain Time Zone, that'll be 11. If you're out in the Pacific, that'll be 10 o'clock. So the power play begins. Third of the game for the Saints, 0 for 2. O'Brien wins the draw. Puck towards the edge of the circle. Knocked over here to the near corner by O'Leary. She's muscled off the puck, and Richardson clears the zone. Duncan leaves it. Gerwitz skates it up. Got a player over on the right wing. She's going to take it all the way herself. Lost it, regains it in the corner. O'Leary back on it for the Saints. Caught up in between her skates. Lost her balance for a moment. O'Brien leaves it along the boards, and the Lopes send it down. Now Gerwitz able to spin away from the check. O'Leary comes in on the near wing. On her backhand to the far wing. Going to carry it on around. Stick comes in, and the referee says no. Now it's a breakaway the other way. The shot in, save made, rebound denied as well. Summer denied by a big save from Sawyer Duncan, and she preserves the 1-goal lead. Seltzer drops it off. St. Louis from the near circle. Gallops on around. Now she tries to stuff it in on the short side. The puck loose at the side of the net. Pushed over to the far corner. Sarah Brooks drops it back to the point. Pass off the skate of Brooks as it was intended for Toole. She ends up in possession, but not in the area of the ice that she would have liked. She carries it right back in. Takes a wrist shot. Glove save. So it would be interesting to hear the official's decision as to why that was not a tripping call, because it looked like the stick was right there. And a lot of times you see these officials in today's game, doesn't matter if they intended to or not, as long as the stick is in there and denies the offensive player an opportunity to continue their stride, that's often called a trip. This one put in front by Poisson. Stick save made. Shots are 15-9. Wraparound attempt denied. Good push over to the near side post by Schneidmiller. Puck cleared out, and we're back to 5-on-5 as out of the box is Brodfier. Saints lob it up through the middle, but Poisson's pass was knocked down. Richardson comes the other way, in with Cothy. Jabbed away by the Saints defense. and in offside, as Richardson had not vacated by the time that Brodfjord brought it across the paint. .8:34 to go here in the middle frame. Another face-off win for the Saints. Kelsel just shuffles it over. St. Louis had it at the red line, but not under clean control. Kelsel off the dashers. Taken back by Harden. She turns it over. St. Louis gives it right back along the near side boards. St. Louis upset that she lost her stick, felt it was taken out of her hands. Referee says she wasn't holding on tightly enough, but we get an icing call against the Lopes. Offensive zone face-off for the Saints. O'Brien is in there. The back pass from St. Louis didn't have enough mustard on it. Aaron comes back. Chips one over to the far boards. Out into neutral ice. O'Brien backhands it down. Goaltender played it, so that'll negate an icing call. Stelzer jabbed it loose. Now right towards the crease. Goaltender had to stick that away. Cooper back to Kelsel. Intercepted briefly in between. Kelsel at the point. Tried to push one towards goal. It ends up trickling into the crease. But Schneidmiller with an easy cover. So it's been an interesting second period. The official shots are 8-3 in favor of the Saints within this period. And they've had some chances, but overall, it's been kind of a pendulum period with the game swinging back and forth. And a lot of times, coaches don't really like that. Fans like it. Players sometimes like it, as it gives them an opportunity to really get on their horse, so to speak, and pick up some speed as this one's tossed into the near side corner. But from a defensive aspect, it's a little bit difficult because they're eating up a lot of energy on the back check. Referee puts the whistle to his lips, blows it, lost sight of it long enough that he decides that they'll just have a face-off inside the Maryville zone. Clock stops with 6:44 to go here in the period. Important draw here for the Saints. Don't want to give up a quick shot. That's almost what happened. This one does end up on goal. Duncan sticks it over to the far boards. That'll allow the Saints to regain control after a solid pilfer from the far side. Poisson has to slow up. Nab drops it off. Brooks dispossessed. Poisson comes over to help. Brooks trying to send it back to the point. Fresh off the bench now. Gerwitz dumps it down low. Poisson. There's two players tied up at center ice, so it's 4-on-4 in the zone. Back out towards the blue line, tapped away by Casola. Wasserman trying to give it over to Brooks. She wasn't ready for that. Off the near boards, picked up by Johnson. She taps it to Poisson. She's got a little bit of snow on her back. Loses it in the corner and now has to fight for it. Gerwitz held it in the first time. Second attempt, GCU will get it out. Brawley stepped up. O'Leary lobs one towards goal. That's knocked down. Brodfjord slams it off the dashers, but Gerwitz takes possession. Returns the favor from the far side. Schneidmiller loops one up towards the Maryville bench. Brawley, her pass was knocked down. Gerwitz got in front of that one. Otherwise, it would have been 2-0 the other way. Here's Gerwitz from the slot. Stick save made on the screen shot. Puck still loose. Popped over here to the near boards. Gerwitz into the corner. O'Leary had it knocked away. St. Louis taken to the wall, but got the pass off. Gerwitz slides it in behind the net. O'Brien on it from the goal line. Back to the point for Gerwitz. O'Brien to O'Leary. Puts it in front. St. Louis sent one that was knocked down by the defender. Chip pass down the ice. It's going to be close to goal. Just ends up sliding wide, so it will be an icing call. Clock stops with 4:36 to go here in the second. Still just a one-goal game. Johnson strips away possession from the circle. Stick handles around two defenders, and finally it was jostled loose. Shot from the angle, sticked away by Schneidmiller. Saints over to the far corner. Johnson tried to spin and make the pass. Did the first, but not the latter. Now here's Brooks. Chip pass to Johnson, had too much on it. Brodfuhr up the wall. Kelsel holds his own. Down low for Johnson. She's got somebody in the middle. Right on to Brooks, and the save is made. Puck still loose at the edge of the crease. Finally, we get a whistle as the blocker has been stripped off the right hand of Hannah Schneidmiller. GCU players didn't appreciate that, but the puck was still technically loose. And the goaltender was in full scramble mode. So a nice setup from the goal line to find Brooks in front, but it was just a little bit too far. She had to reach for it. So that kind of denied any kind of aerial shot. The best that the Saints could have hoped for was to sneak that one through the 5-hole, but that obviously did not happen. Nab played it off the Dashers, but it was knocked down by Tona. Now there's a 5-player scrum right in front of the GCU bench. Everybody jousting with the sticks. Officials along the near side trying to keep an eye on everything. But this one's gotten a little bit chippy here in the second period. Now the long shot in. That one skips wide. Bounced off the ice and past everything. Now Cooper couldn't quite chase it down despite having the wheels. Toole lost it along the boards. GCU sends it out to center ice. Picked short to head by Nab. Or check that was Gerwitz. Back and forth they go in the neutral zone. Saints get it over the red line. Here's Toole skating in all by herself. Finds Paige Stelzer along the near wing. She has to just kind of toe drag it to herself. Raleigh steps up. But still possession managed to find its way back to Lopes. A bouncer just out of the reach of Stelzer as it went off the stick of Richardson on the way through. Chased down, though, by Flock. Flock's got the goal that is the difference right now. That came back at 6:21 of the first period. Collision right along the GCU blue line as they tried to get it up into the attacking zone. Saints were able to steal it away. Flock will twist one around. 2 minutes to go here in the middle frame. Puck pinballing back and forth. Just won't settle down on edge. Up through the gut. Here comes Casola. Gerwitz comes over, has her left skate taken out from underneath her. But Casola was kind of taken down as well, so again, probably a pretty decent no call on what could have been a penalty to either side. 90 seconds remain here. Johnson makes the steal on the clearance. Looking for help in front, puts it towards goal, and she had Brooks, but it was just out of her reach. Second attempt for Gingrich. Still can't get it over to the blue line. Now they pass over. Here comes Danielle. She's got somebody in the middle who's trying to go for a shot. Ultimately, Gingrich could not get to any sort of rebound because the puck ended up going wide. Saints don't clear. Second attempt along the near boards. Brawley tries to head off on a change. Got the puck in deep enough. Poisson lifts a stick. Saints gain control. Aaron comes up from the blue line. Puck sent around her. And now it's a 2-on-1 the other way. Here comes Gingrich. She's going to take the shot. And that goes over the goal. Schneidmiller out. Ooh, almost stolen by Poisson. She disappointingly heads off to the bench. But she was on the wrong side of the blue line as Council tried to bring it right back in, so that leads to an offside call. The old Cotton-Eyed Joe trying to get the fans into this one a little bit. A few people dancing out there. Tona won the faceoff, but the Saints just sent it right back in. 15 seconds remain. Off the stick of Tona. She takes it right back from O'Brien. St. Louis puts it in the offensive end. Back and forth we go. Almost a high stick there as the twig of Troy came up. But we run out of time before GCU can try to get an offensive attack established. So the teams will head off to the locker room. The scoreline after one is the same scoreline we have after two. We'll break it down for you in the intermission report. This is the Maryville Saints Hockey Network.
Red Brick Roofing, wherever you live, from Bridgeton to Baldwin, Brentwood to Kirkwood, St. Anne to St. Charles, wherever you live. Hazelwood to Maplewood, the name you know. Red Brick Roofing, wherever you go. For a hole in your roof or a whole new roof. Red Brick Roofing.
St. Louis, 314-645-2000.
A lot of the times, students that are thinking about entering our program, they have a lot of questions. They've done their research. A lot of the questions that the students have are based upon outcomes. Where am I going to be 4 years from now if I decide to be in the Rawlings Sport Business Management program? Here, I'll show you. Here's where our alumni work now. We have students working in the athletic department at universities. We have students working for sports teams. We have students working for sports agencies, whether it be an abstract marketing, a Learfield Sports, an IMG. Those are a lot of the organizations that are hiring our students, as we do have a lot of our alumni who do work for sports teams, whether it be the Houston Rockets, the Kansas City Royals, the St. Louis Cardinals, St. Louis Blues. Many of our students have worked for those agencies and continue to work for those types of organizations now.
Howie's Stretch Grip Tape is a self-adhering cushiony gauze for better grip at the end of your knob. It's spongy for maximized comfort and cushion on your gloves, and it's soft yet abrasive to ensure the best grip. Howie's Pro Grip Tape is self-adhering with no adhesive to create an all-around grip on your stick knob. It uses a thinner material than our Stretch Grip Tape to create a coarse abrasive tack on your gloves, and it's used around the globe by professionals.
I enjoy working with Lauren because she's really consistent. She follows up, she makes the process as quick as she can, and just really helps get you in, get you out, and make sure you know everything you need to. Hi, I'm Jessica, and I bought a 2021 Ford Edge for my company today from Lauren Sutter. So my company is expanding their sales force and needed to equip our new business managers with a vehicle, and we reached out to Lauren at Lou Fuse to get them with the right SUV. She helped us find the 2021 Ford Edge. I purchased my first one from her a couple months ago, and the process was so painless and easy that I'm back again for my second one, and we'll be back again probably in a couple months to buy another. I think somebody would come buy a vehicle from Lauren at Lou Fuse if they're looking for an easy process, somebody who is not going to guide them in the wrong direction and help them get exactly what they're looking for.
The day the world stopped was the day we found where to go. Lost together, we discovered ourselves again. And we realized that the things that matter deserve time. From now on, we're not going to leave anything on our plates. Because we've learned to savor the moments that were always there. And they never tasted this good.
The CCM one-piece boot. The CCM one-piece boot, if I had these in my day, I could have been Connor McDavid. I could have been Connor McDavid. Anyone can be Connor McDavid. Helps make your feet faster, gives you a closer fit. Anyone can be Connor McDavid. Looking sharp, bud. Good thing you got that one-piece boot, you duster.
This is the MSHN Intermission Report, brought to you by the following. Aero Charter, your private plane experts in St. Louis.
Red Brick Roofing, wherever you live.
And welcome back to the Maryville University Hockey Center, right here at the good old hockey game between the Maryville Saints and the Grand Canyon University Lopes. Your score after 2 periods of play is the same after the first period, so in case you nodded off or anything, you didn't miss anything in terms of scoring, as we still have a 2-1 score line with the Saints getting those first 2 goals to have a 2-0 lead back in the first period. Grand Canyon managed to answer with about 6 minutes left in the first period, but it's been that same score line here through 40 minutes of play. So everything to play for coming up in the third period as we take another look at the updated statistics for the second period. As you see, the shots have now changed to 18-13, so 10 shots on goal for Maryville in that second period, 7 shots on goal for GCU within that period to give them a total of 13. Scoring chances now in favor of the Saints, 10-7. GCU a little bit heavier on the block shots, but that does kind of tell the story in terms of Maryville getting more shots on goal. GCU, the edge in the power plays as they have 3, but neither team getting a power play goal so far in this game. So thus, it's been a little bit difficult thus far to get the scoring going here in the second period. But both teams could birth down the line. You got it for you right here on the Maryville Saints Hockey Network.
Mi brucia tutto. Non vedo il fondo. Non lo reggo un altro secondo.
Gambe a pezzi e manca tanto. Basta, mollo, non me la sento.
Non ho fiato e sono lento. Non giocherò mai, zero talento.
Pedalate pesanti, non ho più spinta. Ma quale cima, non basta la grinta.
Non prendo una palla, sono sfinita. Male oggi. Penso in partita.
The CCM one-piece boot. The CCM one-piece boot, if I had these in my day, I could have been Connor McDavid. I could have been Connor McDavid. Anyone can be Connor McDavid. Helps make your feet faster, gives you a closer fit. Anyone can be Connor McDavid. Looking sharp, bud. Good thing you got that one-piece boot, you duster.
Just a dream. Go back to sleep.
Hi, I'm Keegan with How Ice Hockey Tape, and today we're going to be talking about using a skate stone. Skate stones are a pregame or an in-game tool to help sharpen dull or nicked blades that have lost their edge. When you're using a skate stone, it's extremely important to remember never to touch the bottom of the blade. It's only to be used on the sides of the blade. So what you're going to do, take your skate stone and you're just going to make a couple passes along the side of the blade, not using too much pressure or too little pressure, just making a couple passes on both sides. Using the skate stone is just a temporary fix. It's not a good substitute for getting your skate sharpened. Make sure to get your skates to your trusted skate shop for the perfect cut.
In today's sports world, high-quality video and accurate data are key elements for improving team results, player development, and fan engagement. Pixelot, the world's leading AI-automated sports production company, provides an end-to-end video and data solution for fans, players, and coaches. Pixelot systems are installed around the world and produce thousands of live matches every day with customized live graphics, ads, color commentary, and play-by-play. At the end of the game, our AI generates highlight reel 100% automatically. Analysts and the coaching staff get video breakdowns and stats from VidSwap, Pixelot's video analysis platform. Each game captured is automatically broken down by sports professionals on a video editing platform for in-depth analysis. The real-time game breakdowns from live video and official data include shot charts, heat maps, and detailed game, team, and player stats. The platform offers a variety of editing and self-coding tools, so you can easily review plays and coach your team better both during and after the game. This all-in-one, cost-effective solution also allows you to telestrate, tag, and add notes to each move, and watch your upcoming opponent's matches on the Video Exchange platform. Pixelot produces and analyzes thousands of games every single day from over 130 leagues and tournaments around the globe. Join the AI revolution in sports.
This is the MSHN Intermission Report, brought to you by the following. Hogan Trucking, comprehensive transportation, straightforward solutions.
And welcome back as we are just about ready for the third period of action here between the Lopes and the Saints. Saints holding on to a 1-goal lead after 40 minutes of play. All the goals came back in the first period. Cooper at 5:34, the opening frame. Flock at 6:21. Richardson for GCU scored at 14:08. Scoreless through the second period. So it all comes down to the final 20 minutes. Into the zone now for Welch as she tries to outwork Gerwitz. Very hard to do. As the assistant captain for the Saints has some speed, skill, and tenacity, to say the least. She's able to send one up the seam, and that was just intercepted. Harden was able to step in front, otherwise Poisson would have been off to the races. Peeling back now is Welch. Almost gave it away, but did find the stick of Richardson. Brawley plays it off the corner boards. Poisson blindly out through the middle, but does find O'Brien. She skated right into pressure. Shot was blocked. Loose puck into the corner. Poisson looking for O'Leary. Bounding back and forth. And it's swept out to center ice and down. Wholesale change for the Saints. They come up with the steal, not with possession. Green comes right back. Now taken back by Brooks. She goes down, lost the edge. Gets possession right back. St. Louis tied up. Punched over here to the near boards by Brudfure. Reversed back to the far wing. Good exit pass. Aaron came back to clean up the spilled milk. O'Brien for Brooks. Into the zone now for St. Louis. And a sweep check knocks that away. Aaron steps up from the blue line. Loose in behind the net. Butler looking for an escape route. GCU pushes the reset button dangerously in their own zone. Tona lost control of it. Lopes get it back. Boucher looking for an escape. Is able to get it up to the red line, but no further. Stelzer got it from Toole. GCU puts it in. And this is going to be an icing call. Clock stops 1 second shy of 2 minutes and 30 seconds played. Oh, somebody's OCD. They let that extra second tuck off the clock. It's a chilly one here this evening inside the Maryville University Hockey Center. Temperatures have dropped outside, and oftentimes that means that the rink gets a little bit colder too. Filters on through the metal ceiling. Temperatures were only in the 30s here today in the St. Louis area. So quite the difference for the players coming out of the Arizona area. They have been in town. They played against Lindenwood and McKendree. The puck almost given up. Stepping up was Kelsel, knocking it away. Now Greenfield jabs it into the zone. Oderman chases it down, doesn't get there first. Punched off the boards by Harden. Down below the goal line, reversing is Welsh. Tona sends it up through the middle. Disrupted on the way. Here comes Oderman. Her shot was blocked. Greenfield up from the blue line. Ran out of space. Backhand chance into the skates. Loose at the edge of the crease. Goaltender covers, and we get a whistle. Clock stops with 16:04 to go. Saints pressuring. They do have 2 shots on goal within this period. Thus far, you have to give some credit to Hannah Schneidmiller. She hasn't had to make some spectacular saves, but she stopped the pucks that she's supposed to and kept out a couple that other goaltenders may have allowed in. Now here comes St. Louis trying to cut back through the middle. Shot on just wide off the stick of O'Brien. Trying to give it back to St. Louis in behind the net. Now loose in front, O'Brien denied. Defender got a piece. St. Louis again. Shot from the angle. Back out to O'Brien. She puts it wide. Rebound, no! Swatted out of midair by St. Louis, but somehow it missed the target. Here's O'Leary. Back out to Gerwitz. Wrist shot! And somebody got in front of that. Brawley back at the blue line. Swats it down low off the corner boards and in behind the net. Shuffled around. Gerwitz stepping up. Taken away by Gingrich. She skates up through the middle. Almost pilfered away, and then finally they pick the pocket. Penalty coming up. It's going to go against the Saints. They touch it. Gerwitz has it in the zone. And I believe they're going to get Toole. Still haven't seen any signal as to what the call was. Tripping is going to be the call. So an interesting decision by the official. Evens things out in terms of the power plays. GCU will head off onto their third manpower advantage. With an opportunity now to tie this game. Emily Toole in the sin bin for the next 2 minutes, perhaps less. The Lopes are able to score. Richardson straight away, skates up to the left circle. Shot on, and that deflected around. Duncan was able to get just enough to keep it away. Schneidmiller leaves it down low. Welsh swings it back to the near wing. Richardson heads up. Up through the neutral zone. Troy slipped up just a little bit, and that put her teammate offside on the right wing. Off the draw, Richardson crosses the blue line. Eyes up her options. Back to Welsh at the point. Cross ice pass. Welsh gets it back in the high slot. Glove save made. Duncan was a little bit off balance, but managed to hold on to it. Still 1 minute, 19 seconds left. And the Maryville penalty kill. Couple fresh penalty killers out there for Coach Lang. Annabelle Cothy calling out instructions. Won the draw, but then it was missed by Casola. Fans wanted a slash, none to be called. Here's Richardson over the red line. Jabbed away as she tried to cross the blue. Cothy all the way back in her own zone. Goes up through the middle. Return pass was there, but Cothy was not. Saints cannot clear. Second attempt for Gerwitz. Gets down across the red line at least. Swung back around. Brodfuhr comes up through the middle as the pass hits Troy. And then she was dispossessed and heads off to the bench. Puck loose at center. Gathered back by the Lopes. Brodfuhr brings it in on the near wing. Slows it up along the half wall. Down to the goal line. Lopes looking for somebody out in the middle. Good defending right now for the Saints. Straightaway shot deflected. Oh, the save is made. Duncan comes across. Gets a pad to it, and we have a stoppage. The Lopes almost went tic-tac-toe into the back of the net, but instead, Sawyer Duncan coming up huge, preserving this 1-goal lead. That goes out of play. Off the stick, I believe, of Mika Summer, I should say. But they're going to leave the puck inside the zone, so I guess it was last touched by Gerwitz. 10 seconds left in the power play. Johnson wins the draw. Gerwitz on the puck from the boards. Almost connected with Poisson. She had split the defenders, but a stick came in late as Megan Danielle was able to disrupt that. Now Richardson to Gingrich. To Summer. Puck sent out of the zone. Too far for Poisson. Back to get it is Brodfjord. Whips one over to the far boards. Poisson looking for somebody in the middle. Brooks taken out from behind. There's going to be a power play coming for the Saints. Pad save made. Rebound chance denied. Johnson still on the puck as the goaltender is off for a sixth attacker. But the puck was lost in the corner. We get the whistle. And holding will be the call. Saints now with their fourth power play attack. And they would love to get an insurance goal and put their power play percentage to 25% on the night. Right now it's at 0. Both goals in this contest came at even strength. Poisson on the puck. Couldn't hold on to it along the boards. So right now this power play consists of Gerwitz, Poisson, O'Leary, O'Brien, and Johnson. 8 minutes played here in the third period. Poisson gives it up. She tried to toe drag it, lost control of it, and it was sent down the ice. Back out to center, right back to GCU. Short-handed, here comes Kothi. And that pass over towards Richardson was not on the mark. Still taking time off this clock, though. But on the flip side of that coin, the clock is not the friend of GCU right now. 2-on-2 brought in by O'Leary. She'll skate on around. Avoids all the stick checks. Down low, shot from the angle, denied. Good chance, and now it's held in by Nab. That was O'Leary with a good shot from in front. But the scoreline remains the same. Here's St. Louis. From the near circle, drops it back. She wasn't on the same page as Brooks. 42 seconds left in the power play. Nab blindly sends it off the wall to the far wing. That allows GCU to dump it in just a little bit. Brooks is open here on the near wing. They go up the far boards instead. Stelzer couldn't fight and handle. And the Lopes will clear. 20 seconds left, so there's enough time for one more push up the ice. Here comes Gerwitz up the wing and dispossessed. A good steal there from Danielle. She ties it up along the boards. Taken back by O'Leary. Johnson on the puck now as she crosses her own blue line. Pass wasn't there for Poisson. Into the zone, though, for the Saints. Power play is over. Saints still in possession. Here's Johnson skating in from the corner. From the angle, her shot was denied. Schneidmiller again. Good positional save. Out towards center. Here's Danielle. She's got Gingrich into the middle. Now it's a 2-on-0 save by Duncan. Quick passing as they got it back around to the far wing for Micah Summer, but she was denied on the doorstep. GCU starting to win more and more faceoffs. That's going to allow them to get set up. Aaron throws a bit of a crossbody. Official says you better separate now or you're going to the box. Puck lost at center ice. Here come the Lopes. Shot in. Gingrich denied. Another stick save made. Shot total starting to increase, though, for GCU. They came in with 13. They've got 19 now. Only 5 up on the board for the Saints, but they've been quality chances for the most part. Kothi peels back. Cooper was on the forecheck. Didn't get a piece of that, but did kind of disrupt the pass on the way through just by her presence. Slammed up the wall, took a deflection on the way, so no icing here. 8:55 to go. Shuffleboarded up, in through the middle. Brawley lost it. Welsh regains it along the near circle, shoots, and a skate save is made. GCU intercepts the zone exit. A bouncer into the slot. Brawley picks it up. Lobs one over to the far boards, but not out. Puck bouncing on Brawley. Couldn't win it. Harden in control. Now they dig in along the boards. Sticks are lifted as the 17s do battle. Troy against Toole. Richardson comes out of the fray. From the goal line to the circle, far side, puts one in front. They score! It sounded like the whistle was going to blow things dead, but the referee blows and points at the goal line. So we've got a tie game. The head referee checks to see who got the last touch. It looks like it's going to be Annabelle Cothy to even things up 2-2. So the goal comes at 11:56, and we're all back to square one. It's 2-2, tied up. 12 minutes played. The goal, as I mentioned, comes at 11:56. Down low for Boucher. Whips one off the dashers, intercepted. Here comes Poisson, avoids one stick check, comes in onside from the near circle, but on her off wing, slides one across, and they couldn't connect. Brooks was held up. Poisson regains, but then loses it. Squirts over here to the near boards and swept out by Boucher. Green is back. Dispossessed. Here's Poisson with Johnson in the middle. Shot over the goal. May have gone off the blocker. Brooks keeps that puck in the zone. Poisson's going to head off on a change. Perhaps ill-timed. Now numbers favoring the Lopes. It's 2-on-2 as there's two fresh players off for Maryville, and a good block there. That's going to spring a counterattack as Maud St. Louis had it just escape her grasp. Now it's in. Shot towards goal. Blocker save. Rebound loose to the side of the net. Kelso with a good chance, but the Lopes are able to clear. O'Leary to the forehand. Loses the angle. Comes around. Lost it. Regained. Into the corner. Trying to push one in front. Getting a skate to it was Butler. Just outside the crease. Saints hold the zone as it was pushed up towards the blue line. O'Brien is right back on it. Her pocket was picked by Reese Gingrich. Still they hold the zone. Good hold in by Kelso. She skates it down low. Wraparound attempt. She's going to try to put it up high, and it goes off the elbow. They dig in along the wall. O'Brien comes up with it. Gerwitz is calling for it. Instead, back to the corner. Sent off the side of the goal. Fresh off the bench, Brawley sweeps it down low. O'Leary's out of gas. Almost lost the edge. Brawley steps up to hold it. Stelzer had it reversed around her. Cooper was able to knock that away. A bouncer in front off the stick. So it was knocked over to the near side. Loose into the middle and popped back out towards center. Gerwitz comes right back in from the circle, and the puck rolled on her as she tried to get a shot off. From the far side, Cooper was held down. Brawley steps up again. Puck bounces over the blue line. Cothy from the near side. She's got the tying goal. Would love to get the go-ahead goal. Flips it back to Richardson. She's tied up. Stelzer back off the boards looking for Cooper. Instead it's whipped in, and it bounces off the ice and over the glove hand of Duncan. Now Richardson's shot was blocked. Cooper and Stelzer were right there. Knifed away from Welsh. Stelzer goes to the far side. Too far behind Toole, though. 4:35 to go here in the third. Brawley was taken out from behind. No call. Now Gerwitz showing her fire. Able to wrestle that loose. Here's Poisson. She's got 3 defenders around her. Going to take on all comers. Slows it up right in front of the bench. Push back towards the blue line. Brooks into the slot, but not under control. GCU out to center as they have really done a good job of coming back in the second period, despite the fact that they didn't score. They have carried some momentum in here in the third. Poisson with the soft hands, fields it up by her blue line. Lost control of it and then just has to backhand it into the zone. Poisson going to head off on a change. That puck slips away from Brooks. She's able to chase it down. O'Brien over skates, tries to regroup, able to steal it away from the corner, hammers the brakes. Saints trying to complete a piecemeal line change here. A bouncer out towards Wasserman, steps up. Her shot was knocked away. Into the far corner. O'Brien able to steal it a second time. O'Leary to O'Brien. Edge of the circle. St. Louis shot was blocked. And that pops in below the goal line. Wasserman steps up to hold. Danielle gets it out towards center ice. St. Louis touches up, goes on the forecheck. Stretch pass over here to the near boards. Danielle into the middle, finds the man, toe save made. And Cuthy is denied. Now here comes St. Louis, charging in from the slot, puts it towards goal. She's knocked down, and the referee says it's a clean hockey play. Cuthy avoids the stick of Stelzer. Aaron in control of the puck, puts it off the Dashers. Swept in by O'Leary as she'll head off on a change. Stelzer, Toole, Gerwitz, Cooper, and Brawley. This should be an icing call, and they will call it. With 2:10 left to go, it's a tie game. So the face-off will happen inside the Lopes zone, so an offensive zone draw for the Saints. And now we get another timeout taken. This time it's taken by GCU. As they saw what the Saints were going to put out there to offer. So Natalie Rossi electing to slow things up, have a little bit of a discussion. So all the Saints goals came back in the first period, and for the most part, they've had the better of the run of play, but they have just not been able to beat Hannah Schneidmiller after that first period. 25 shots on goal for the Saints, 22 on net for Grand Canyon. It's been a pretty good night for Sawyer Duncan. She has made 20 saves, 23 saves for Schneidmiller. So both goaltenders have played pretty well overall. Both of them have seen 2 get in behind them. This timeout seems to have been rather extended here. So the teams have retaken the ice. And an all-important face-off here with 2 minutes and 10 seconds to go in the final regulation period. Johnson ties it up along the back Dashers. Brooks with a stick in there. It pops loose into the corner. Cuthy gains control of it. Plays it off a shin pad. Brooks doesn't know where it's at. Finally gets it on her stick. Sends it into the middle. Sticked away by Schneidmiller. Out of the zone comes Cothy. She picks up some speed. Up through the middle. That's offside. Good call by the far side linesman as Cothy got a little cute with it. It was the right decision because she had Faith Casola coming right in, but just didn't cross the blue line before she made that drop pass. .143 left to go now in the period. Gerwitz with the puck off the face-off. Brooks brings it in, drops it off to Poisson. She's going to try to muscle her way in from the angle. Ends up losing it behind the net, regains it. Now Brooks with Johnson in the middle. Backhander, that's off the pad of the goaltender. And now we're going to have a penalty. Cross-checking will be the call. So another opportunity for the Saints to score a power play goal. At this stage of the game, you have to figure if they can put one in the back of the net, it would likely be a game winner. Into the box goes Lauren Welsh, putting the Lopes at a disadvantage at the wrong time of the game. Saints now have 5 power plays on the evening, 0 for 4 thus far. Out comes Johnson, Poisson, O'Brien, O'Leary, and Gerwitz. A good attacking quartet. But instead it's the Lopes that come out. Cuthy shouldered off the puck as Gerwitz came in. Gerwitz with it, far side. Off the boards, too strong for Johnson. But it took a touch off of one of the Lopes on the way through, so no icing here. Possession is given up. Stepping up is Gerwitz. She holds the zone, controls it along the circle, lost it for a moment, gets it back in the corner, slides one towards goal. That's wide. O'Leary from the far boards, sidesteps the stick, gets it down low. Return pass for O'Leary, shoots from the dot, deflected, rebound out in front. St. Louis was there, but again, she just couldn't connect. The first time she did, and somehow it went wide. This time she whiffed. St. Louis gets it right in front of her own bench. Near side now for Brooks. She's got a lot of space in front and then blindly put it towards the middle. Now it's cheaply given back by Summer. Here's Stelzer. Still on the power play. Stelzer pops one. Dangerously sticked down by Schneidmiller. 27 seconds left in regulation. Lopes get it out to the middle. Toole puts it right back in, delayed offside, so that'll allow the Lopes to clear again. St. Louis calling for it along the near side. He's going to pass over to the left wing. Stelzer blindly into the middle. Johnson charges in, gets a piece of the puck. It's bouncing around in front. Lopes will send it down, and with 5 seconds left, that'll just about do it for regulation. So 60 minutes have been played here at the Maryville University Hockey Center. And we are going to have some extra hockey. So a well-played game by all involved. But they couldn't get it done in regulation. So officially this game will go down into the scorebooks as a tie, which will be the 3rd of the season for Grand Canyon. But both teams still would like to get this one on the winning side to get themselves feeling good about the end result. So here in the overtime period, Saints will still have a player advantage for 22 seconds. Shots were pretty much even in that period. 9 apiece. But the most shots of the game for GCU came in that 3rd period. So that gives them a total of 22 compared to 27 for the Saints. So their shot total fell off just a little bit after having 10 in the second period. So I think the players, they almost seem somewhat confused as to what's going on. There was almost a hesitation as though this might be straight into the shootout, but now the goaltenders have switched sides. Each team has the right number of players out there. 3 defenders for GCU, 4 attackers for Maryville. Center ice face-off. Johnson is in on it for Maryville. Able to win it. Poisson had it for a moment, but it was wrestled loose. Gerwitz steps up. And now here comes O'Leary from the circle. Shot on, and it went off the skate of Brudfuhrer. Into the corner now. Poisson, she's going to take it down low. She shoots and hits the iron. Off the post and all the way out of the zone. Back to 5-on-5, or 4-on-4, I should say. Back the other way. Here's Welsh. Fresh out of the box. She's going to take a wrister. Stick save over the far boards. Gerwitz just lobs it up towards the blue line. O'Leary cannot clear. Poisson cannot clear. It's stuck right there in front of the bench. There's a good amount of snow over there that's probably keeping that down. Finally, the puck wrestled loose out of the pile of ice shavings. Sent right back over towards the boards. That was somewhat dangerous, as you could have easily called too many players on the ice. O'Leary off the dashers, out towards center. Brooks skates in, but doesn't have any support yet. Hits the brakes. Now she sends it back towards O'Leary. Slides out towards the point, but held in by Kelsel. She'll glide on around. 3:40 left in overtime. Johnson is out now on the puck with Brooks. O'Brien goes to the middle. O'Brien couldn't get the shot away as the defensive stick knocked that pass off its mark. Danielle comes in on the near side, peels back, looking for support, has it pilfered away. Now a potential breakaway, it just slipped away. Saints had the numbers going their way, but just couldn't connect on the pass. Now a good little move from Summer. She brings it in through the middle. Shot was blocked. O'Leary got a piece of it. That goes wide of the goal off the stick of Welsh. Here's Summer from the end line. Knocked away by Gerwitz. Kicked over to the far corner. O'Brien finds it. Sends it out towards O'Leary. Now she slows it up, and here comes O'Brien. O'Brien in all alone from the forehead. Oh, a John Casey-like save. Coming all the way out of the crease, Hannah Schneidmiller. Gerwitz brings it right back in, but hands it away. Now numbers forward. Poisson makes a steal. She's down on her knees. Regains it along the far boards. To the middle. And the pass never got its way through. A cheeky little loop. Now it's a 3-on-1. Richardson in. Finds Danielle in the middle. She shoots over the goal. Brooks lost it along the boards. Looking for Danielle in the middle again. And this time Toole disrupts it. Now Johnson, as it's fire wagon hockey, as Doc Emmerich used to say. Good stick check made by Brudfuhrer. Saints pilfer it away along the far boards. Handed right back along the circle. 1:40 left to go. Here's St. Louis. She shoots the rebound. Pops over to the near corner. Toole digs in. Kicks it loose. Stolen right back by Brudfuhrer. She finds an open seam up the middle. Gliding towards the right wing. Charges away around the defenders. Shot on. Saved by Duncan as she sealed the pads to the ice. Back out into the neutral zone. 1:15 to go. Carthy off the dashers into the neutral end. St. Louis finds the loose puck. Skate to stick for Poisson to the near circle. She shoots and it's pinned against the body. Schneidmiller will not let one through. Well, that 4-on-4 action occurred because we didn't have a whistle after that initial penalty started off the overtime. Now we go to 3-on-3, so there'll be even more space. Face-off one. Here's Gerwitz from the slot, shot in and right into the GCU logo. That shot went a little too direct. Needed to go for one of the posts, but still a good opportunity to put it on goal. O'Brien wins one again, and another shot up high. Caught by the goaltender up against the chest protector. 56.4 seconds now left. Gerwitz hoping that the third time will be the chance. Here she gets it from the slot. Shot over the goal. Ricochets off the back of the cage. Gerwitz steps up to the far side half wall. Pinned up against the boards. O'Brien loses control of it. And the puck will not exit the zone. Good hold in by Gerwitz. Sidesteps, but then a poke check made. Richardson tries to get into the offensive zone. Gerwitz comes back to help. Numbers in front as Gerwitz makes the steal. Hammers one off the boards. 2-on-1 the other way. Puts on with 24 seconds left. Fans on the shot and then loses it along the end wall. Back out to the middle. Now it's a breakaway attempt for Summer. She's in, shoots, pad, save. Duncan. 10 seconds left. One more charge up the ice for the Saints. They come in 3-on-1. Here's O'Leary. She'll take the shot off the blocker, and it goes out of play. Coach Tommy Lang going to roll the dice. Mathematically, with 1.6 seconds left, there is enough time to get it down the ice, but it would take pretty much the puck going directly down off the faceoff with plenty of steam, so very unlikely. The Saints will now have 4 attackers. The net is empty. 1.6 seconds on the clock. Stelzer needs to win the draw. Puck tied up right along the circle, and they run out of time. So they ended up with the puck on the stick of O'Leary, but she just didn't have enough time to put that towards goal. So the GCU players congratulating their goaltender on a fantastic performance, and it was, but there is confusion as to whether or not there will be a shootout. So now the GCU players, they want to take a shootout as well. So the referee talking with the scorekeeper. And GCU now giving themselves some handshakes. And I believe that's going to be all she wrote. So it is going to end in a tie. So from a fan perspective, a rather disappointing end to a well-played hockey game. But overall, a fair result given the way that these two teams really played. The final shot totals end up at 35-24. So 2 shots on goal in that overtime for GCU and 8 shots in the overtime for Maryville alone. So a 2-2 final here after overtime was still not enough to decide this one. An old school draw. We'll step aside for a brief moment. When we come back, we'll give you the final thoughts on this result for the Maryville Saints. This is the Maryville Saints Hockey Network.
Hello, America. This is a message for the brave people who want to get a degree online on top of all the other things going on in their lives. The higher education system is broken. 75% of Americans say it's easier to succeed with a degree, but only 25% think the education system is fine the way it is. Something's not right. Here at Maryville University, we've been bravely disrupting the higher education system for nearly 150 years by putting students first, not the other way around. And now we're bringing it online. We believe education is not just about earning a degree, but about pursuing and achieving your dreams. That's why we develop programs in partnership with the businesses that will employ the leaders of tomorrow. The future belongs to the brave. Let's be brave together. Be brave and learn more now at maryville.edu/online.
And welcome back one final time here to the Maryville University Hockey Center. Todd Panula along with you as we wrap up this thrilling game between the Grand Canyon Lopes and the Maryville Saints. As you see there on the score, it finished as 2-2. Now, I know today's fans are not necessarily overly used to there being actual ties after games, and there was a good amount of confusion there at the end because the Maryville players thought there was going to be a shootout. They stayed on the bench. They were trying to decide who was going to take their shots. Grand Canyon came out to center. They were congratulating their goaltender as it was a really well-played game by Hannah Schneidmiller. She ended up with a good amount of saves as we take a look at some of the statistics that happened by the end of this contest. Final 35 shots to 24 in favor of Maryville. So a good amount of saves, 33 saves on the night for Schneidmiller, as she was really kind of the story of the game for GCU, especially there in that overtime, as she made some big stops to get her team the result that they got. Scoring chances slightly in favor of Maryville, 16-13. Block shots favoring GCU, but given the amount of puck possession that the Saints had throughout this game, it ultimately ended up as an opportunity for GCU to have more block shots. Power plays, obviously the slight edge goes for Maryville, but they just weren't able to capitalize in the end on some of those man advantages. So that's going to be something that might stick in the craw of Coach Tommy Lang just a little bit, as his team played well enough to deserve a win, but ultimately throughout the course of 65 minutes, as you have the 60 minutes of regulation and then the 5 minutes of overtime, it's a pretty fair result. Again, I know that a lot of fans in today's age are not necessarily used to seeing the tie as an end result, but perhaps you might say that's not the case for the Grand Canyon fans, as this is now their third tie on the season, as they have their record now at 3-4-3. First tie of the year for the Maryville Saints, as their record peak every now and then. That'll wrap it up for everybody here at the Maryville Saints Hockey Network. We thank Eric Skelton for making us look good behind the scenes. Until the next time, I'm Todd Panula. Have a great night, everyone.
The Maryville Saints Hockey Network thanks you for watching this presentation of the American Collegiate Hockey Association.